Welcome back to the championship or the finals of the Big Sky Qualifiers, ISU versus UC Davis. Another rematch of our very first game of the day. UC Davis took that one 3-0. ISU's been playing on a hot streak. They've been playing very, very well lately. What are you looking for? What are you expecting will change here?
I think we'll probably be seeing something similar to what we've been seeing in the past rounds because it's been working really well for us.
And it looks like we are actually already going to head on into game.
No time for chatter.
UC Davis has banned Vendetta. We have banned Sigma. I think that that is a great choice on our part.
We're on Lijiang Tower as well.
Yes, yes, we are on Lijiang Tower. And we are playing the comp we always play.
Yep, same comp as last round. UC Davis, they are running the Cat, Zarya, Hanzo, Kiri, and Tracer, which we did see the Tracer was
that Tracer
an issue
caused
this morning.
a lot of problems in our very first match. They were able to isolate and just deal a bunch of damage to our supports repeatedly.
Huge already at like half HP there. As well, UC Davis, their match right before this did forfeit, so they've just been waiting for ISU to finish up. So we expect
slightly out of position here, but Tracer again able to get that kill onto that support. Their Kiriko a little bit low. We do end up killing both of their supports.
Both of their DPS.
Both of their DPS, thank you.
We do, then that is traded where Average Pillow does die to Zarya, but they do take that Curie down with them.
And we get first point. They give it up.
Hallelujah.
That was a very, very strong showing. Again, we lost those supports, but they were able to stand up for a little bit longer. Huge and a little bit of a precarious position. Going to try to get out of there.
Tried to run out the window, didn't quite get the height to get out that window. Might as well just stay around, push. We do have that
Cat gets a push
Diane
off of the map.
And Lemonade going down to that Tracer. That Zarya is so low right now, but we also, we do have just short of a team kill for ISU, but Tracer does have her ult online.
42%. I think the name of the game here is, can they stop that Tracer? Can they force them to just survive for a little bit longer? If they can get that Tracer, then all of the supports can then shift their focus to where it generally needs to be. We see that swap from Lemonade onto the cast to help deal with that Tracer for that very purpose.
Yes, we do also have the Hanzo on UC Davis changing to cast as well. There is the Catnapper happening, does drop Average Pillow
Lemonade
off the map.
gets a second kill there. Zarya very, very low, just inches. Huge ends up getting down.
Huge using that sound barrier to get that kill off, but with the Kitsune rush here, we'll see how long they manage to stay on point here, trying to contest. Not long enough.
A 2v2 unfortunately goes in the favor of UC Davis.
Double kill for Kiriko there.
Yeah. But they did have to use both Graviton Surge and Kitsune Rush for that fight. We admittedly popped Sound Barrier on our own end, but this fight we should have the ultimate advantage. We're going to have Panopticon. Ooh, what an excellent kill to start things off. This is now a 4v5.
We also, in that last fight, did see the Catnapper dropping Average Pillow off the map. Huge clinging to life with that Immortality field there. But we should be in a good position going into this game, although Huge has gone down after booping off the Zarya.
And there's that Suzu pop, Swagger Egg getting that final kill into that Kiriko, who more wanted on the point just so they could be reset rather than wanting to win that fight 1v5, I imagine.
Both Deadeyes now online. Every ult for ISU is ready except for that sound barrier.
What?
Diane popping it.
What?
Lemonade somehow getting a kill off on that Cassidy.
Just absolutely brutal. Turns out when you click heads, it can be pretty effective. Huge on the flank, dealing with this Tracer. Pulse Bomb goes, finds nobody except for the Immortality field. Tracer's still wandering around. There's that Kiriko on that sideline. Lemonade keeping careful eye, making sure that if somebody is starting to flank, that at least we're aware of it. Here comes the cast. You imagine that's going to be comboed with the Deadeye.
Yeah,
and Lemonade combos it back!
Lemonade comboing it back, canceling the Deadeye with her own, killing the cat as well.
Absolutely incredible. We are taking the space. We are controlling the space. They are not getting in. Huge takes out that Zarya. I don't think that they're going to be able to touch with a full team fight here.
No,
they're going to try to cat Huge does go down. They're able. It looks like it's just Tracer on point. Tracer all alone.
She's got such a low. The cat's dead. Shove the Tracer off her.
And there we go.
So low. That's first point to ISU.
That is one more point than ISU got in their first match.
Exactly. We are already doing much better than we did round 1.
That incredible adjustments, swapping over that Cassidy. I've seen Lemonade do so much on Sojourn today.
You forget
that
how good a cowboy she can be.
Yes.
The cowboy kill.
Yeah,
Huge
here
coming on the
we
side
have
here.
What an excellent
Just
push off
shoving
there.
off that Cassidy.
Incredible, and then comes back and I think is able to get that kill onto that Zarya. Second map here. This is Boop City. This is Boop City everywhere.
Both teams with the Lucio locked and loaded, especially with Huge and Domina with the... Yeah, they both have very good boop potential as well.
Yes.
We do have, this is a different secondary support than we saw last time running the Moira, but we do see the Moira once more for UC Davis. We'll see if it gets as much usage as it did last time.
And Lemonade taking the flank here with Cass, taking a little bit of space.
First death is Diane.
Unfortunately, Diane goes down first.
Yoinks has swapped off his Zarya onto the Domina as well, matching that. And Huge does go down at the hands of that Moira.
This is a 3v5 at this point. ISU's just looking to get out, just looking to try to reset without losing too many, getting staggered too bad. It looks like, unfortunately, we're going to lose all 3 on that one.
First point control will be UC Davis's, and they are doing better in the ult economy. We've got a lot of, about all of them about halfway to their ults. ISU is about 30 to 40 range instead.
And at this point, UC Davis also does have that point control, which means that's space control. So we're going to see them go off the side instead of over the bridge.
5-man push here. Everyone running off the side. Never mind. Huge running right across, jumping the gap there.
And here it is difficult for a Tracer to be able to kind of find some picks. Lemonade off with the very first pick. Tracer still annoying the back line. Diane doing great, making sure that there's not too much attention given to that Tracer and also not dying. That's a very important part of playing this game.
Huge taking out that Lucio who's crawling on the walls there.
And at this point, it is a 3v5. Pulse Bomb goes out, doesn't find anybody. A lot of people on ISU are low. Panopticon is used by UC Davis.
We do also have Diane using, we have the Deadeye taking out the Moira. It's just Tracer and Lucio left alive. We have control of this point now.
Absolutely incredible work there.
Yes.
Keeping that alive. UC Davis at 53%. So certainly, if we lose this next fight, it's not the end of the game. Lot of game left to play.
But they did use some ults. They did use that Panopticon. We did use the Matrix, but they did that and they did not keep the point. We have 2 already online. Huge not far behind.
Tracer flanking. They're keeping an eye. Then an immediate
kill.
Immediate turn. That was so much better.
That was such a good flick. We did get Huge with the ult getting ult canceled by the enemy Sojourn, and we have the Sojourn and the both sound barriers going on. But we are still holding on this point here, trying to keep the numbers going up and staying alive to do it.
It is a 4v4. Average pillow is very, very low at this point. It is getting a little bit scary. They are focusing very hard. Lemonade gets the Tracer. Lemonade gets the Lucio. Average pillow gets the DPS. It is now just the Domina on point.
Huge killing a double
on the...
What
is this team? What is happening?
Dude, so much stronger of a showing than last time. We are now over 2/3 of the way through. A very impressive couple of double kills there for ISU. They have the Coalescence to worry about, and we have the Deadeye. That is all of it,
on where that Tracer was at all times, that we knew where she was going to recall to, that both Cass and Venture immediately turn and just delete.
Those flicks were good. There comes out the Coalescence, and there is Lemonade with the High Noon. It does get the bomb stuck to her, but is kept alive with that Immortality field through it. Yoinks popping that Panopticon, and
Huge getting a kill, but it's seeming like it is not going to matter at the end. Average pillow takes 1, but is not able to get a second. Still, 99%. One more team fight here for ISU, and we're going to be able to take it. We've probably got 2 team fights before UC Davis. UC Davis has Sojourn ult and not much else. ISU has almost Panopticon, almost Sound Barrier. We also have Window for BAP. We have the advantage ult-wise here. We should be able to capitalize on it. If we're going to win, this is the best fight for us to win.
Exactly. Going into this, we've got... we've got the time to push in, especially with Average Pillow staying alive long enough that those cooldowns, those death cooldowns are going to be a bit lower running into this. We have the sound barrier, we have the enemy sojourn, we've also got the whip app window going, all that hasn't popped, and we do have the first
Dominic
kill on
goes
Yoinks.
down. Tracer, no recall. They're going to turn onto that Tracer. We still have Panopticon.
Yeah, only ult not being used was that Panopticon. We're out now on overtime, trying to push them off point, peeking point here. They do take down the Tracer though. All that's left to worry about is
There's that sound barrier. Doomfist makes it back to point. That Moira is able to get a kill. Huge is able to respond in kind. We're able to get 2 more Panopticon plus,
Huge
but there is still a Moira on point. Moira is now dead. It is just
Moira
Tracer left
dead-eyed.
alive, and they're not able to touch point. ISU takes the first map.
ISU taking first map. 2-0. Way stronger showing than our first round against that. That was crazy.
Incredible work by ISU there.
Absolutely amazing.
Lemonade just
Please
would not
let
stop
that be
missing.
The ult cancel. I don't think it is, but it was
Oh
crazy.
my god.
It doesn't even need it.
I didn't even.
Doesn't even need it. Didn't even notice.
We didn't see either of those kills on stream because we were
There's
watching
just so
Huge.
much
I
happening.
didn't realize how clean those flicks were.
No.
Bang, bang.
All I could focus on was Huge getting the flick on the Tracer.
Yeah, what are you going to do when Lemonade's popping off that hard?
All you gotta do is let Lemonade cook.
Yeah, just, we've talked about it, I think, a few times. Just let Lemonade cook.
More than a few times.
Okay, here is Huge.
Yeah, Huge
this incredible
charging
turnaround.
down.
Gets that one, combos with the Panopticon.
Boom.
Lucio goes down. Doomfist goes down. It's just that Moira. 3 on Moira.
Lemonade cleaning up with that Deadeye.
Holy
Not a
cow.
chance to touch.
No. Just
Wowza.
incredible work by ISU there.
Absolute, just dominating first match. Great start.
I am almost speechless at how well that map went for ISU.
We went 3-0 first time we played these guys. And
0-3.
Yeah. 3-0 UC Davis's favor.
Yes.
We have flipped it starting round 1.
1-0.
We have not let them get a point.
Yep.
Going into this. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely incredible.
Great start.
And it all comes down to team communication. We saw UC Davis do the exact same things that they did in that first game, but we responded better to it. The number of times Tracer would go and pick at Baptiste, pick at Lucio, and this time everybody turned. Cass was ready. Venture was ready. And they just tracked.
Was ready to hold them off to kill Tracer.
Yes.
What I really like there is in that first map with Huge hiding around the side, seeing them come flank, seeing Cassidy's on the back line, everyone else is pushing on the front. I'm sure, peeing in the crowd, but announcing that to everyone, hey, there's Cassidy here. Lemonade able to get the auto changing around, canceling their ult with their own, and the cat as collateral. Like, that's what you want to see. That's the kind of cohesion you want.
One of the most dangerous ult combos in the game right now is well, not an ult combo, but combining Jetpack Cat with Deadeye, because all of a sudden you're able to get so much more range. But you know what counters that? A Deadeye.
Deadeye.
You just got to know that it's coming, and that communication on that team is extremely important. Looks like we are going back to Colosseo. I imagine ISU not super stoked about that one.
I'm sure not. I think either it is going to be the want to redeem themselves, or the we gotta go back here where we just got stomped a little bit.
And Colosseo has been either the best map for ISU in a series or the worst map in the series.
Exactly.
And I'm you know what? After that first performance, I've got hope.
I have got hope for the coin flip. It's gonna go our way this time.
Yes, yes. I don't think we have the bans just yet, but
we have one.
It looks like they have banned Domina.
That's fair.
Which
I can't be mad at.
Yeah.
Because the value we get out of her is otherworldly.
Not only do we get a ton of space through that barrier, and enough space that when Tracer gets our backline low, they're not able to pick through and finish them off, but also the sheer damage. The damage output's been crazy.
The amount of times she can just push people off or just kill them just with that shove and follow up with that little explosion. She's just everywhere.
Yeah.
She's everywhere, and she's unavoidable. And especially with using a low HP character like Tracer, all you need is to catch her out once, and she's dead.
And I was going into this first map, I was confident that this second map ban was going to be Tracer.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to ban Tracer.
I don't think they need to anymore.
Like, as long as they stay on Cass, on either Venture or Vendetta, and if they stay Vendetta, they've got to stay a little bit more defensive until that Tracer's gone. They prove they can deal with it.
They can ban something else more finicky because they now have the ability to not die to that Tracer, which is just wrecked our last time.
Yes,
and now
absolutely.
it's just clearly that was one of the main issues was that stupid Tracer.
And we didn't see a ton of issues with Jetpack Cat once Lemonade swapped over to that Cassidy because they were able to get that hit scan. And
Didn't even notice Jetpack Cat.
No.
They weren't present. They didn't exist.
Not on
Only time I noticed them was when Lemonade killed them with Deadeye.
Correct. And so, I mean, maybe you're looking to ban one of their DPS, maybe a Hanzo. They end up banning Vendetta. Interesting. Is that didn't we not ban Vendetta in the first map?
Well, also, both our observers have not kept power.
Okay, we are...
So that's a problem.
We have lost
observers.
power from both of our computers.
Yep.
So we will probably be needing a text pause here in just a moment. I think our director will probably go over to a pause if we lost power entirely. So we're going to go to a quick break and try to get set up back up as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
We don't want this momentum to get lost.
No, we need to capitalize.
All right, so we'll be right back. Thank you guys for your patience. We are immediately jumping back into game. Thank you for your patience during that time. We are nearing the end of Coliseo. ISU has started off phenomenally with a massive lead, 126-64, but that is a slight overextension by Huge, and this looks like this might be a reset here for ISU.
It's looking to be like that. All that's left is Lemonade all the way back here hiding in this corner, but a very healthy, very strong lead for ISU going in with 2 minutes left on the clock. Rest of the ISU team just about coming up to support Lemonade as UC Davis pushes up to meet her.
And we did have the secondary checkpoint unlocked, so we were able to get back a little bit faster. There goes that Graviton Surge plus Coalescence. That is a dangerous combo.
Which you can see from that triple kill that Moira is able to get, followed swiftly by the rest of ISU for a comfy team kill, and the robot is going to start pushing again for UC Davis.
Unfortunate that Average Pillow used their Graviton Surge there as well, but it was still plenty of time, and ISU has the lead with 1 minute, 40 seconds left. They also have a very, very slight ult advantage here, but might as well call it even.
Yep, we are about to see that sound barrier coming live for UC Davis, which is going to be used immediately, which does save a lot of those, that's their supports and their DPS from death, but it only delays the inevitable. Turtle Time is swiftly killed either way. We do have Yoinks getting double kill
a
there.
Sneaky little Average Pillow, giving just a little bit more time, off the clock.
Same with Venture there, a huge just little mole man under the ground trying to contest enough that robot can't quite move.
Now, the important thing at this point in time for ISU is to not panic. They basically have to push the bot the entire way in order to win. You have plenty of time. You make sure that you regroup, don't overextend, take advantage of the mistakes that they are going to make.
We just need to get them off this point a little bit with 40 seconds left. We've got both Sojourn ults live right now. Well, I have faith in Lemonade's abilities. Both teams, though, are hiding from those Sojourns, not letting them get a chance.
Extremely reasonable choice. Both teams are incredibly low, and we lose Swagger Egg. That is very unfortunate.
Great. We do have
Lemonade going for the flank. Average Pillow getting the DPS. Average Pillow getting their tank.
They're responding kind. They do take out Diane, but we are contesting. It's 10 seconds left on this
Average
robot
Pillow
here.
with a Graviton Surge holding them on. There's 7 seconds left.
Average Pillow is holding strong. This robot walking. We do have the tactical variant.
And Swagger Egg takes care of the soldier. And that's game 2. That's game 2.
We show up right in time to see ISU call up another game.
absolutely insane.
Oh
Are
my
you
goodness.
kidding me?
Very tense and fights there with those ult shutdowns and that usage with Average Pillow absolutely dominating with that Zarya.
If this as an average pillow at the very end here, it absolutely is. Gets that second kill as uses Graviton Surge, gets both supports, 94 health and a Dream, and is able to take them both out. Are you kidding me?
2-0, third game.
Are you not entertained? It's just unbelievable.
Only
ISU.
see a sliver of the game, and clearly it was not. It was going pretty well for them leading up to that with how big a lead we had.
ISU has shown up today in Rocket League, obviously winning that championship in incredible manner, and with the Overwatch team taking a well-deserved break to grab some water and relax.
Yep.
Because holy cow, are you kidding me?
Intense game there. Oh man.
Like it's just crazy. It's unbelievable. They're playing so well. It's awesome.
Incredible. Very proud of that. Match point for ISU. Just one more, and yeah, that's it. There's just one more.
Oh boy.
Just one more.
We think that we have figured out all of our power issues, but if the team's going to take a break, I think we probably will as well. We'll be back for Game 3 when we know map and ban, so we should be back here pretty soon. But keep in touch. ISU in a chance to win the championship and earn their ticket to a LAN in Waco, Texas.
Hallelujah.
Thank you guys. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Yay.
Welcome back to what has been a long and incredible day here for ISU Esports.
Incredibly strong performance. Just
across the board.
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Rocket League went on and didn't drop a single game in order to win their finals and qualify for the LAN down in Waco. And ISU Overwatch started off, and our first game, we ended up losing to UC Davis 3-0, and we've reversed it. It's been an unbelievable team since then.
We are now 2-0 in our favor. This is possibly our last game.
This absolutely could be. This is win or go home for UC Davis. We do have the bans, and we have the map. We're going in just a second. ISU has banned Moira, and UC Davis has banned Venture.
We are going to Eichenwald.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into that map. I think banning Moira, not a consistent ban often.
Only because it's UC Davis and they've gotten enough. They got a triple with that.
They've gotten a lot of value out of it.
Yeah.
And I think banning the Venture, absolutely the right call for UC Davis, because Huge has just been gross on it. It's been absolutely incredible.
But Huge is also
just
gross on Vendetta.
Absolutely correct.
You ban one, the other standing right behind him.
And I cannot wait for Eichenwald. So UC Davis either needs to reverse sweep, or ISU can take this map and win the Big Sky qualifiers. What an incredible turnaround for this team.
Exactly.
They have fought well. They have been coordinated. They've communicated. They've hit their shots. They've done everything that you could ask of them and more. They just keep doing it.
They just can't stop winning.
We're starting off with Domina now that Domina is no longer banned, and just
Very
Russian. Just Russian. Reaper, barely Wraith forms at the right time.
But he does get out of there, but we got this yoinks on the side here, and Average Pillow doesn't even have to bother with even focusing Zarya for a bit there. Is still able to just push her back and just turned right around.
We do see Swagger Egg drop, which means usually that the rest of the team will probably have to drop back and reconnect here.
Lemonade does go down as well, but we're about to get Gabriel Reyes dead here, clinging to a sliver of life there, but does manage to get away and get some heals.
Unlucky that he was able to get there. Let's see what Huge can do on this Vendetta. They've had an incredible game so far.
Hard focusing Gabriel Reyes up here. Lemonade does get taken down though with Gabriel Reyes being left alive there, with Huge having to bail, but he's been low so many times. We do lose our tank here, but we still have not touched the objective.
Yeah, similar to, I think, when we played against NAU in the semifinals. UC Davis is pulling out all of the stops that they possibly can. They want to make sure that this goes to a Game 4, and they've started off incredibly well here.
Yeah, Gabriel Reyes does notice Huge crawling up that stairwell, so not able to catch him off guard there.
Lemonade
But
finally getting that
Lemonade
first pick here.
getting the revenge for the kills that happened. We also have Diane already using the back window here.
And now they're able to move position. They are on to point. They have the advantage here.
have
UC
the-
Davis is able to pop both the Kitsune Rush and the Graviton Surge.
We do take out Yoinks and Turtle Time, though. We did have the Immortality Field used. We are seeing that Curie getting a lot of value here, and followed by Gabriel Reyes taking out Huge with her team kill moments away from securing that objective.
Now, we do have a swap from Average Pillow going over to that Zarya. We also have Sound Barrier online for both Lucios here in just a moment. And it looks like their entire team is unfortunately back.
Yeah,
there goes that Reaper ult, and
does
able to
take out
find
Lemonade.
2.
And
So now we're just going to
Average
reset.
Pro
Yep.
is not going to deal with that.
Now ISU does still have 2 ticks. They don't need to maintain control of that point for very long. They just need to have a little bit. They need to get them off the point for just a moment in order to establish, and then they can absolutely pull this in and move on to point number 2 here. A bit of a miss swing there by Vendetta. We're going to have to reset, wait for that E to come back off of cooldown. But we do have that Sundering Blade ready at a moment's notice.
We have the Sundering Blade, we have the Sojourn ult and the Sound Barrier, and the enemy Sojourn ult is popping. And our Sound Barrier does get cut off there by the enemy Sojourn, getting a triple kill with that, followed by a 4th by Gabriel Reyes on Lemonade.
That was another incredibly unfortunate Sound Barrier for Swagger Egg. The right time, the right idea, but just in that moment where that Sound Barrier doesn't quite connect, that's when they go down. 30
Average
seconds
Pillow
left.
does take down Kiriko as well. This is the moment to make this final push. We still have the Sundering Blade, we have the back window, and we still have Lemonade with her own Sojourn ult.
We do end up losing our Lucio to start off, but we've got this Sundering Blade. It's been in that pocket for quite some time. We're dropping back to get healed. Then we have Sound Barrier on point as well. This Zarya is extremely overextended, but we lose both Zaryas.
We lose both Zaryas. Huge goes down, Diane goes down. Lemonade did manage to take down the Zarya with that ult, but just about it. This is a moment to really push here. We have 2 seconds left, and it
doesn't look like they're going to be able to touch here.
First round without even securing the objective is a very strong game for UC Davis.
Very strong defense.
That is a hard thing to match for
but
ISU.
not impossible. 88%. I mean, you can have a full hold on Eichenwald. It is very, very tough to get through that first choke point. Absolutely. So we could see ISU holding that still.
Just hopefully that early loss of the objective there isn't going to shake them enough that they'll overextend or push too hard to try and make sure the same thing happens here.
Absolutely, and the benefit of being up 2-0 is that you can have a map where you're not quite as strong, and I think that this is kind of showcasing that that Huge's Venture might be getting a little bit more value than the Vendetta. We saw that Vendetta hold on to that Sundering Blade for about 2.5 minutes and not get any use. That we gotta rip it, even if it's for a single kill, even if it's for anything. We gotta take better advantage of our ultimates. Swagger X swapping over to that Brig, I think that's a good call. They kept getting caught out as that Lucio and not finding value as the Sound Barrier, and those two things combined, that's tough.
Yeah, that Sound Barrier getting cut off hurts. That's one that's like gotta do what you can to not let that happen. Getting a bit of a, I assume, a little meme of a Mercy before I assume a swap back onto the Kiriko.
Okay. Just trying to catch us. We see you.
One day maybe.
We
we'll
wanted
get
that
a
Mercy
in tournament.
We can hope.
We can dream. We do have. I lied. I don't know what we have. We have Domina pushing forward. Swagger getting a kill on Gabriel Reyes. He's already died a lot sooner than he did last time. And
they are very, very low.
On that Sojourn was so low, but does get to hide behind some of those rocks for cover.
And that was a really great turn. Reaper teleported into the back line, and Brig, with a little bit more health, a little bit more survivability, is able to deal with that. Swagger with a second kill, huge, taking out that Sojourn, and all of a sudden, this looks like a team fight win, and it's just a question of how much we get to stagger them.
Swagger following up, also taking out that Kiriko. All that's left is Lucio and Gabriel Reyes, and we do see a swap off the Sojourn. We see two swaps, Sojourn to Vendetta, and Gabriel Reyes undecided, was maybe doing the cast. We are seeing probably going to stick with the Bastion.
I think that that's probably the correct pick for them. Bastion is able to get some pretty good sight lines here and able to deal a lot of damage. ISU still having to hold for 3 more minutes. Swagger Egg low. They have to use Immortality in order to keep them alive. Lemonade does what Lemonade does.
Taking out that Vendetta before she can crawl back to her team.
And now it is a 4v5. ISU is very, very low, but they still have the numbers advantage here.
They have enough of a time to get those numbers back up, headed into this.
And Lucio is down.
Lucio.
And all of a sudden, it feels very, very
rushing
winnable. Huge, very close to an overextension there, able to come back. And Lemonade with a stagger kill on the Kiriko.
Hallelujah, taking out one of those supports here. Just continuing to put pressure and keeping them staggered. And there's goes
another
the
stagger.
Bastion.
And they just keep being here. I'll take it, but these are fights that we're going to be able to win time and time again. Lemonade does what Lemonade does.
Lemonade cooking. Lemonade taking down the Zarya. We have 4 ults, almost 5 for ISU, and UC Davis just short of 2 having here, now just short of 3.
I mean, we talked about how difficult this hold is going to be. They can't make a single mistake throughout this time, but they've gone 2 minutes without a single mistake so far.
With that Bastional immediately ripping, that's going to be one to dodge to make sure we have the room. Lemonade caught up in that Graviton Surge, getting a triple with
unlucky.
Getting a double, actually. Just took out the Immortality Field as well, following it up with that Bastion, taking out Huge. But Average Pillow is still alive. Swagger Egg somehow lived a little bit longer than I thought for the respawn here. They do get first tick here, but as long as they can stop them from taking, they do take second, as long as they can stop them from taking third.
It doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it, so that is going to go to UC Davis. That is a very hard game to win after the first round.
That was
incredible.
An incredible defensive showing for a very, very long time.
They held it for so long.
Yeah, absolutely. And it all came down to this Graviton Surge plus that Bastion ult.
Which is the second time this tournament we've seen that combo get a lot of usage.
Yep.
And I think as soon as they swapped to the Bastion, it was ready knowing that the Bastion ult is probably going to be what gives them their win condition.
Yep. So we're going to head into map 4, but now it is ISU's map pick. And we've gone through a push map. We started on control,
and then we just did hybrid. So we have escort and flashpoint.
And I imagine that ISU is going to go flashpoint and going to go Servasa.
Yes.
It's where
it is our map.
Yes, they are very, very confident in it, and I think that we'll see that swap back to Venture as well. I think that'll open up a lot of things. Fantastic. We are correct. ISU has picked Servasa.
We immediate map pick. They know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the cure bans will be that quick, and we'll be able to regroup and quickly get back into playing.
Yeah, because I think you just got to shake it off. It's unfortunate. ISU, we decide to ban Zarya. I think that is the correct play.
Out of everyone there, was definitely the Zarya who was giving them the most difficulty, especially that Graviton Surge just combos so well with everyone.
Yes. And they've been able to get that combo consistently.
Exactly.
And without kind of like Suzu, you can get a little bit more survivability, but that Immortality Field can't block all of those Bastion projectiles.
It only blocks the first one, and it gets prioritized. It's higher up, it's above their heads. And we see it dies first, and then everyone else follows. So as much as we love our BAP windows, like, if you're going to keep running BAP, you should get rid of the Zarya that's doing this to you.
So now it is UC Davis's ban, and I'm curious where they will end up going, because they can't ban Venture. Already banned that.
They can't ban Domina. Already banned that.
Correct. So those are kind of our two of our bigger heroes.
Yeah.
And maybe they swap over and try to ban a BAMP like NAU did, or maybe they try to ban something that Lemonade has been playing, maybe the Sojourn, something along those lines.
I don't know, but we have seen the Sojourn, though, getting good value for them as well.
Yes.
But I believe their Sojourn player I don't remember which of their DPS is the one that's been doing the Baptiste, not the Baptiste, that's not the same role. The Reaper, the Bastion, and the
Yes.
Vendetta, and
Yep.
then which one has been doing the Sojourn. I believe they're 2 different,
I believe that is correct as well.
which should mean we haven't seen much from that other.
It looks like we get a Kiriko ban. Interesting.
No Suzu.
Yeah, no Suzu
No
allowed.
Suzu, no teleport.
So it looks like ISU, but if there's a round for Kiriko to be banned, that's probably the one where Zarya also gets banned.
Yeah.
Because you might want to swap to Kiriko in order to try to survive that Graviton Surge just a little bit longer. And I think we were planning on playing BAP anyway, so I think that this works out in ISU's favor.
It does. We saw that it was definitely them running the Kiriko that round. That we haven't been running Kiriko that much this game compared to UC Davis have, which has been true for all our matches really.
Yeah.
So I do think that this is not going to change too much for us.
And it looks like
in a negative way.
yes, I would agree with
I hope
that.
the Zarya is a positive change
I
for us.
also hope that Zarya is a positive change. That ding dang Gravitic's not Gravitic Flux. That's Sigma, and I hate that they have 2 different ultimates that have the word grav in them.
The universe. It sings to me.
So
At least Sigma's got cool lore reasons for it. Zarya just has that.
yeah, she just got a big gun.
Like she also has big guns.
Also, yes.
I honestly don't know Sig or Zarya's ult. I only know Zarya's because you've said it before. I just know it's the gravity.
Yep.
It's
grav.
press Q.
Yes, it is. So ISU looks like they are going to run with the kind of their traditional comp at this point. Huge onto that Venture. I think that's a smart play. Diane on BAP, Average Pillow on Domina, Swagger on Lucio, Swappy to Brig.
We've seen good value from both of those from Swagger. So
and
I
then
think it'll
Lemonade
just
on
see,
Sojourn.
what he dies on first, and because he has been getting picked out in the Lucio, but also Lucio's a good support to choose to focus first.
And UC Davis with a very, very similar comp. They are running the Vendetta instead of the Venture, and then they're running the Moira instead of the BAP.
But other than that, we are seeing similar characters rushing into these fights. A lot of shields, a lot of Sojourn bombs here flooding out. A lot of things happening.
UC Davis does get that kind of not necessarily point control just yet, but that first positioning. ISU going to make a move.
Is an end huge, not letting that stand, shoving them backwards off point to start capturing. Although heavy contestation happening, and ISU is being taken out.
Yeah, that was one of those moments that we saw a lot more in our very first game of the evening, where Average Pillow went forward, and unfortunately the rest of UC Davis then collapsed onto ISU's backline, and that Vendetta just kind of ran wild and was able to get a lot of value there.
We see a lot with what happens here is that we might have pinched off 2 of their team, but it's staggered of alternating who are members of our team, and our backline doesn't hold up under that kind of scrutiny as often as theirs does. We do see a lot of their health bars are lower going into this fight, although, you know, I think though Huge just took a bunch of damage.
Yep, and all of a sudden that number has swapped back quite significantly.
Yeah.
Huge, very low. Everybody on ISU, very low. Huge has to abandon the fight for a moment in order to get a health pack.
Does mean Lemonade goes down, but they do trade it with Swagger, taking out the Vendetta. But the Coalescence does pop, which takes out the tank, followed then by Diane, Swagger Egg, and then down goes Huge.
Venture got a lot of value on that kind of secondary flank right there. It was just unfortunate that Coalescence came in at just the right time, and all of a sudden it was just too much healing and couldn't be chunked through.
Exactly. That is going to give first flashpoint to UC Davis. We'll be heading towards our second 25 seconds before it unlocks.
And ISU able to get first positioning here, although Huge is quite low, so we'll need to top him up before this fight begins. Average Pillow taking a decent amount of damage. Vendetta coming in from behind.
We've got both Panopticons. We've got the enemy Sojourn ult. Yoinks does take out Diane, but Huge takes out the Moira, and we do have that BAP window in there as well. So
and there are so many that are low in the...
Oh, there goes down the Sojourn. Currently all that's dead is, and then there goes the enemy Domina as well.
Vendetta still alive? Not
Vendetta
anymore, and there we go.
We
ISU
take
takes the
this point.
second point, and it's going to be ticking up pretty fast here. ISU State of ults. We have Lucio with our sound barrier, Lemonade, and our other DPS of Venture. On the other side, UC Davis has a Vendetta ult as well as a sound barrier on top of that. So very, very similar ult lineups here, and it's just kind of a question of who's going to be able to use them first.
Lucio so low there, just managing to get back around that corner, all out of the way of Lemonade there.
And they are taking kind of an off angle here.
Oh, there's that Sundering Blade coming in the back there, but yeah, it does connect with Diane, takes her out. We do have a Swagger Sound Barrier and Turtle Time Sound Barrier going. A lot of larger health bars here. Just time to push through, and it does work for Huge, but it does get a trade. Tank for DPS, followed by that Lucio.
Average Pillow is the only one still on point and quickly falls. ISU
Diane
up to
dancing
80% though.
around, waiting for the team to come back.
In Flashpoint, 80% is basically one more team fight, so if we get this next win, it's hard to imagine that they'll be able to contest it. We only have Sojourn ult for Lemonade, but it's done a lot of damage in the past. On the other side, Moira has their Coalescence, but if Lemonade is able to get enough damage out and respond to it, you can shut that Coalescence down pretty fast.
Yeah, there comes the Coalescence and the Sojourn ult. Swagger does go down to that Coalescence right before, and Diane goes as well, and Yoink's getting that final kill on Lemonade, but Huge is on the back here, just about to capture it, but having to rush through before dying, and dying anyway for another team kill. We do have probably time for one more fight on this point. We do have both Panopticons live going into it as our only ultimates on the board, although Diane is pretty close with that BAP window.
So we're at 80%. We've got to start moving here pretty quick. Venture kind of
it.
clearing the way. Then Lucio making sure everything's okay. Immortality Field already used. That's a huge resource out of the way for ISU, unfortunately.
Lemonade killing Yoinks. We have both Panopticons going out. Huge also getting that Vendetta. We are on overtime, taking back that point at the end here.
It's now a 3v5, and it looks like UC Davis is just trying to stall until more of their team comes back. They are now on the point because they kind of have to be to trigger overtime. And
But
it looks
that
like
overtime is swiftly falling, and they're not there to touch.
they're abandoning.
Okay.
ISU 1-1. Venture getting a little cheeky here, seeing if we can get some stagger kills, but we might be able to actually. They're out of position.
Wow.
We're able to get two.
Yeah, doing a lot of damage, taking out the tank and DPS, and also that support that's left is Sojourn and Moira.
I have to imagine this fight is going to be quite easy. Now, there's still 10 seconds before the point unlocks. It's not impossible for UC Davis to come back in that time frame.
That's plenty of time to make contact, and they have. But we do get the Average Pillow getting the pick off of that Sojourn, but it is traded for Huge.
We are on point. We should be able to take it without too much issue, although this fight certainly isn't done yet.
We get the BAP window and the Sundering Blade, but we do that Sundering Blade just skimming Lemonade by a hair.
That is close.
We do have the Coalescence live, and Swagger does go down, but Lemonade does have her ultimate ready.
But I imagine she's going to hold it. We've lost too many people. We're not going to be able to take it.
Does hold it. Huge's ult is ready as well. We do have that sound barrier and the Sojourn ult for UC Davis ready online as well. 30% as a start, but that is quickly going to be matched by UC Davis here. It is
the amount of value they have found with that Coalescence is absolutely
crazy.
insane.
You don't normally see Moira getting much value in this kind of like comp.
Yes, and it's just been incredible. They pop their Sojourn ult first, and it looks like we're trying to find a way around. Huge gets an ult, gets a kill, kills their Vendetta.
We do have the sound barrier, both of them happening, and Lemonade's own ult. Lemonade really low, but
unbelievably low, staying alive somehow, some way.
This point right now, just rushing and shoving them off and bullying them away, and they do get that dominant off for a quick recapture here.
And we're able to recapture with UC Davis at 71%. That means that if they are able to take it back over, we might be able to get back in time enough for one last fight.
It'd be very close on overtime though. We just have to dig our heels in and hold. We did have our Panopticon pop in that time. Yoink still has theirs. and huge still with that ultimate, using it now with that Venture ult. See what it's able to do here in this choke point in this corridor. They do run down the back, but Huge is trying to follow along. There's
another Coalescence, absolutely
Panopticon
disgusting Coalescence.
Taking down 3, 4, oh my, just dominating, just tearing its way through ISU. 90% of the point right there. They've got to hurry to get this touch, but
I mean,
it is
it's going to be close.
It'll be really
You've got
tight.
a speed boost with Lucio, and if they're going to be able to poke out, I don't know if you're even going to try.
Swagger Egg is going for it to get this touch here. That number is ticking up quick.
Oh, he gets booped. Oh, somebody else gets to it. So we do get a touch. Lemonade gets a kill on their tank. It is a 4v4.
Killing the tank. We are still contesting it. Huge going down though, and
but a lot are low. A lot are low. Vendetta is low. We're still trading back and forth. It is just Average Pillow on the point.
Just got to last. Just survive here.
They are able to get one.
Lucio.
Can they get a second?
Oh.
No! Oh, that
was
Moira
so
kill.
Close. That was what did it there. We have, okay, that's the point. We are still on to 4th. This is not over yet.
If UC Davis takes this next point, then that'll bring us to map 5. If ISU is able to take it, then we will see if we can get into that 5th point. It has been unbelievably close here.
Going into this fight, UC Davis is in better shape with the ults. They have that sound barrier and they're close. Getting that Sojourn ult, but we do take out Yoinks, and Average Pillow does pop the Panopticon.
We get a second kill onto
the
that Moira.
Hallelujah. We have the enemy Sojourn and the sound barrier popping, but Average Pillow is really just targeting and
that Lucio is so low, it seems like ISU is almost certainly going to be able to take that.
Yeah, Lemonade using her own ult there to do it, but we kept the point.
Yeah, that is one of those where it's kind of a question on do you need it or not, and if that's the question, you usually need it because it's better to secure that fight definitively than leave it to chance.
Exactly, especially going into this. We have back window online right now. Pretty soon we'll have sound barrier. Huge taking out
gets
the
a kill. Tell Sojourn what's happening there.
I don't know how that how Huge managed to do that.
Another Coalescence. We'll see how much value it can get. It seems like they are not in as good of a position to be able to take advantage of it.
Having to go through both that shield and Huge just able to burrow underground and avoid, go right under it to stay on that point.
UC Davis
have 2 ults still.
Rotates over to the high ground, then rotates back, just kind of poking out some damage. Swagger Egg already using that sound barrier.
And that back window is live. We are at 76. We are almost done with this point here.
Lemonade gets a kill. It is passing back and forth. It is 3 on 3. Lemonade on point. Average Pillow's the only one left, but it's 3 of them. There's no way.
92. Every tick counts, though, going into this. They are just barely starting there to capture the point. We are at 94.
They just need one more team fight win on this point, and then we'll should be able to take it into a 5th point here.
Oh, man, oh, man. We do have to worry about that Panopticon going into this. We are soon to see that Sundering Blade back online, and we are soon to see that Sojourn ult back online.
And that's Panopticon plus that Sundering Blade is a dangerous combo, and we've seen that they are extremely good at comboing their tank ultimates with their DPS ultimates.
Diane jumping over this wall, trying to reach. We do have Lemonade using her ult with that Sojourn to try and clear them off. We are contesting this point. Just got to I believe it's just the Domina standing there.
And then we get 2.
We take down the Domina and we take down the Moira, which are
Sundering Blade is also used, so we get that value out of it.
Is dead though. All that left is that Sojourn, and we are handily
taking. And Sojourn is done. We go. Why wouldn't we? We go to point 5 on map 4. Here we go.
This is it.
ISU coming in with just a single ult. UC Davis with basically everything except for that that blade that was used in that last fight at the very end. But we do have Panopticon plus Coalescence, and at almost every fight that they've used Coalescence, they have won. So this is going to be a tough first initiation here.
If we can manage to just aim this right, get enough value of that Panopticon, we just got to get rid of that Moira. But we do, there goes the Moira and the Panopticon. We have Coalescence going. Huge is Kamikaze, try to get rid of the Moira. It doesn't work, but we do take down Yoinks. Oh my gosh.
And we are very low. It looks like we're probably going to lose this point. Average Pillow does take 1.
Average Pillow's still alive, and Lemonade's still alive as well.
We force out another ult. That's always great. Panopticon used by ISU gets 2. And it is a 2v1. It's just Moira left on point.
It's just Moira. We're going to dude. capturing point. First capture is to us.
What
somehow.
is this game?
How?
It was a 2v4.
It was a 2v4. They used every ultimate they had, but that sound barrier.
That was incredible.
We still have back window, and we're about to have our own sound barrier, and Lemonade is already almost back to her ult. She just used it at the start of this fight.
I thought Average Pillow was insane
dead.
for using that ult at that time.
I thought
Turns
they
out
were gonna
they
die.
used it perfectly.
We got the Bat Bolt and the Venture ult all going up. You see all these colors with all that util.
Venture gets one, but they're in a bad spot, so they're probably going to go down. They, in fact, do. Domina is right on the corner here. Sound barrier use, keeping ISU alive. They're now pushing forward, trying to get a little bit more value.
They
Lemonade
take down the
gets
Sojourn.
one. Sojourn is down.
We do have Lemonade with her ult as well, ready to go. We are at 70%. We are so close to capping this point and winning. Oh my gosh, this is incredibly tense. We do have the Coalescence to worry about, though.
And
again,
there's that
and it's going
Coalescence.
again. Lemonade dodging out of the way here and then popping her own ult in response. They just have to hold
Doing
here.
a lot of damage here, but that Coalescence is
95,
getting
96.
even more value.
We are looking at a T kill for ISU at 99. It is
ISU
right
puts it to
there.
99%.
99. That's they just have to touch it. They just have to breathe on the point to win.
Just one single fight win here for ISU will seal the entire series. We just need one. We have no ults going into this fight, but we will probably get the Panopticon here soon. Panopticon is used by
early.
UC Davis.
I don't think much utility getting. I feel like they popped that very early before there's much line of sight to get value, but it doesn't matter. They do get the pick off on Average Pillow, and Diane, it doesn't seem long for this world. Swagger Egg dies first, and then Diane. Oh, that's tank and support's gone just huge in Lemonade.
Oh, and that's Sojourn within an inch. And unfortunately, Huge gets staggered. That is not what you want to see on this final fight.
Not at all. We do have our own Panopticon, which we have seen good value for, so hopefully we get more value out of it than Yoinks did last time. But they have their Sundering Blade.
Yeah, they have a lot more ults, and this is
Diane
probably going
with
to end
the
up
window,
being
though.
the final fight here.
This is it. Oh man, we did have the Sundering Blade go. I am expecting there's Panopticon happening. Diane's win.
Vendetta is in the back line. They are absolutely doing a ton of damage.
They kill. Oh,
there's three! There's three! Got
That's
point! Got point!
That's it.
No!
What?
We get 3 kills, but we are not able to touch the point.
That was crazy.
I can't believe it.
How?
The fight was
That should have been ours.
The game was ISU's.
Oh my goodness. That's... Oh, that hurts so bad. That's a punch to the gut.
Wow.
Oh my heavens.
I mean, we saw so many
What?
incredible plays.
It
This is the
was-
Panopticon where it's a 2v4. They get 2 right there, brings us down to the Moira, and just incredible.
As incredible. That was it. We were on the point.
Oh
it was
my
a tick off.
God.
It was a tick off counting as a contesting. I'm shocked that didn't count with the aerial space above it.
I am
they were
as well.
on the point.
Yes, yes.
They were on the point.
They were just above it. Like,
They were not. That was no jetpack cat flying so high it doesn't count. They jumped.
okay, we're
they
gonna take a look at it at 0.5 speed to see how close they were.
They're in it. How did that not count?
I mean, it's gotta be that they.
That's got to be a ping diff.
I think so.
Because they were in that point. There's no way they should have lost that. That's cruel.
That was so unfortunate.
Oh, that is not the kind of energy you want going into match point.
Look, but here's the thing. Here is the positive of that. They won that game. They know that they won that game. And that it's just that an inch. An inch. They won the fight. It was a 2v5. They had them in their corner.
They were dead to
just
rights.
couldn't quite. Just an inch. An inch.
Take the rage, the knowledge that that was your fight, you won it, and do it and just stomp them.
Look,
this is it.
I don't know about you. This day has been nearly 12 hours long for us.
Oh yeah, it's been a long. It's been a long time.
It would be
A treat.
inopportune to
lose,
not go to game 5 here.
To not
we
go to
need to
game
make sure
5.
that this game goes as long as it possibly can to give people as much content as we possibly can.
it's very symbolic, not symbolic, but it's very fitting, I guess.
Yeah.
To go to Game 5 in this last round, tied up 2v2, this close. We did see though that with our last fight against NAU, with same thing happened. We won the first 2, then they came back 1-2, but we capped it. We went home with that win.
Yep.
This is it. We can do this again.
Yeah, we've done it once before.
Much closer fight than that one was.
Absolutely. And we're going to Shambhala Monastery. It closed it for us last round. It closed us for us the game before.
We can close it again.
Absolutely.
This is right in our grasp. Take the anger, be the Sith Lord, channel your negative emotions to gain strength.
I mean, there hasn't been a single game that ISU has lost that hasn't been unbelievably close.
Yes.
And that last game in particular
That's
is a
as
game
close as you could get it.
you can't get closer.
You can't. We even saw in chat the enemy Moira was even confused on how they won that. Oh man, that is crazy. I'm not over it.
No.
I've never seen anything like that.
No, there are games that you desperately want back. There are moments that you'll want to replay a little bit in your head again and
That's the
again.
one.
And that is going to be the moment from today. But it's actually not. It's actually not. Because you know what moment everybody's going to remember?
When
this
we
next
win.
moment when we close
win.
out Game 5.
Don't worry about that. That'll be an omen. That'll be like, well, that happened, but we took it anyway. It's adding. This is our origin story.
There is a phrase in basketball that is often used.
You know that?
But I know this is wild. I played basketball since I was 4. I play all the time. I love basketball. There's a phrase in basketball called "the ball never lies," which basically means that in some instances where there is questionable rules, that at the end of the game, the ball will determine the winner. The end of the game will determine whether or not that was a good call. And I believe the ball will never lie. We will show that ISU ends up winning this Game 5 here.
Definitely. Like, we have it all. It's all the heart of the cards. The stars have aligned. This is the moment.
Yes,
to take
absolutely.
It back. This is ours to win. We have the strength. We have the ability. We have the rush. We just have to send it home.
Absolutely. It looks like we have our first ban in.
Lucio.
It is Lucio.
No more sound barriers.
I think that's necessary.
Yep.
Those sound barriers have got a lot of value. I mean, I'd say we should ban that Moira, but we've already banned the Moira once.
Banned
so
I believe that was our first ban.
Yes. And now is up to UC Davis to ban. I'm curious where they will go on this.
I have no I didn't know I wouldn't have called the Lucio. I don't think I can call this one. Again, with the same thing of most of the bans you would expect have already been banned.
And there's the
Sojourn
Sojourn ban.
Both teams banning a character that both teams have gotten a lot of usage out of.
Yep.
So I hope, though, that we're going to see a lot of usage of Lemonade with the Cassidy and possibly the Onron.
That would be my guess, is that probably most of that Cassidy, because she didn't miss. She just kept hitting heads.
She don't miss.
And so that would be my guess as well. But if we end up going in a more divey direction, but that is a little bit more difficult with Lucio being out of the pool. You usually would want to combo that Onron with that Lucio to be able to close those gaps to take advantage of fanning those flames.
Definitely, but we could also see a Juno for the speed ring for the same reason.
That's true, but then
Juno doesn't get much, isn't super viable at this point.
Yeah.
Eggs out at the speed ring, other than just like the early rollout, which we could easily see,
Yeah.
which we have seen a lot, is just using it to roll out and then swapping back. Especially from Diane likes to do that a lot.
And I have to imagine, because like Diane, I think will probably stay on that BAP, and then I don't know if Swagger Egg has Juno in their hero pool or not.
All you would need to do is just put a speed ring down and go Brigitte, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So like at the very, very beginning,
press
absolutely.
one button.
Yeah.
If you press the wrong one, it doesn't. You're not wasting a cooldown. You're about to swap. You just hit every button. It'll work.
I had things I planned to do this evening.
Not anymore.
I had things that I needed to do. I had chores. I had things to grade. But you know what? Overwatch God said no. Overwatch God said this is going to be
This
an
ends
incredible
now.
series. This ends now. Absolutely.
I also had things I was going to do. I was expecting we would be out of here about 2-3 hours ago.
Yeah, this
and
is
now it's so much more intense and my voice is shot.
Never trust a schedule for an esports event.
Never
it
trust
always
a schedule.
lies.
Just never trust a schedule, man.
That's also probably true.
It lies as much as the cake does. Portal reference.
I do love a good Portal reference.
Oh, man. We have our map. We have our bands.
It looks like we are waiting on something. Unsure
Who
what is going
knows?
on in team chat that
A
is
lot of
causing the holdup.
Chatter. They're just yapping.
Okay, they're just
some
yapping
team
away
yaps.
in team chat, so still a little unsure as to how soon we will be until we start.
Hoping that the final jitters going into this, shake them off,
Yeah.
get them out in your team yap, get in, come in swinging.
I fear that we have used so many idioms
We're
that
running
we're
out.
running low.
I'm
We're running very
I am
low.
running low on idioms. That's not a problem I think anyone would ever have.
Nope, but here we are. Okay, there is some
There's
excitement,
hype.
there is hype, there is claps happening. I have
It
to
is
imagine that
go
we're going to be
time.
going into the game here in just a moment.
Hopefully.
ISU has had an incredible day, starting off with Rocket League. Rocket League didn't drop a single match throughout the entire day.
Rocket League
Ended
was
up
so
winning in
amazing.
Game 7 in the semifinals, in Game 6 in the finals. ISU starting out with a loss against UC Davis,
And
0-3.
clawing all the way back to saying, here's the rematch. This is what we can do.
Absolutely. Northern Arizona in our semifinals going into that Game 5 as well. They showed that they could handle the pressure of Game 5 by going to Shambhala Monastery and shutting it all down. I have to imagine
This is the moment.
ISU's played Shambhala Monastery. This will be their third time in about 3 hours.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
pretty familiar with this map. Their strategy works. They've just got to trust it. And they're going to go. I think that this is going to be the time where ISU shines. And to go from a team that last year did not make it into the top 4 to a team that is competing into the
4-1.
finals, absolutely incredible.
And they should be so proud of an absolutely amazing showing today. Like, this is an incredible team to watch. These are incredible matches, down to the wire.
And I have
every time.
excellent news for everybody. The map has finally begun, so
Yay!
you don't have to keep hearing us talk without also watching Overwatch.
You don't have to keep hearing us say it's almost gonna start.
It's almost
soon.
going to start soon.
Just give it a second more, and then use another idiom that we are running low on.
Yep, or another cultural reference. Who's to say?
Yay! I do have high hopes. Eavesdropping from the corner of the room, you can hear the cheers and the clapping of the team as they are ready to go.
Here we go.
Whew.
Idaho State looks like they are starting on offense here. Lemonade on that bastion?
Oh, that's not one we see often. We'll see if that's real.
And Isaac Pants being just a little bit of a sneak, thinking maybe a Life Weaver for a moment, and then swapping over to that Moira.
See, but we'll go with the Moira.
And then they're going with that Sigma. Sigma's so strong on this map, especially on this first point.
Yes.
That shield placement is able to cover so much ground. Then we also have Cassidy. We're also seeing a swap back to that Tracer. That Tracer gave us a lot of trouble in that first game, but not as much in this matchup.
But it's time to see if it will continue to. Whoa, rock. Immediately clipping Average Pillow there. We'll see if this Tracer is still something we can answer pretty successfully heading into Shambhala. Oh, man.
So
I'm
UC
so
Davis
stressed.
is pretty stretched out. It looks like they're trying to get a lot of different. Moira dropping down a little bit low there to start off, then throwing out an orb, getting a little bit of ult charge there. That Tracer just pinging around the back line.
We see there what kind of value Domina's really, really gets here with that shield, where she was able to cover not only in front of her, but also the sideline there with just one shield cover. Even if, she then had to kind of regroup for a second after getting walloped with the rock.
So very, very close in a lot of those fights there. But I am curious if Lemonade will swap over to that Cassidy, seeing them over to that Pharah.
Not who I was expecting to see in response, but we have seen Lemonade do a lot of good with that Pharah in the past. So yeah, huge, ready to just emerge from the ground to top this Moira. Moira does bail back to the team. Lemonade here to give some support.
A lot of ISU very, very low.
Yes.
They've got to be careful here. Tracer uses that pulse bomb, doesn't end up finding anybody, but then does find that Brig on that follow-up.
We do have huge, very low Diane going down as well on the Kiri. Huge, I don't know how they are still alive. They finally go down. About halfway, just under halfway to this first checkpoint with payload. We have 2 minutes left.
Yeah, that Tracer is just giving them so much trouble. I think we need to see some swaps to help deal with that in some way, because they're just wrecking through that back line. UC Davis at almost 4 ultimates. ISU not at a single one yet.
The closest is Average Pillow with the Panopticon, but Tank ult charge is not going to be quick enough to get there quicker than Cassidy or Kiri, and if it works out that way, we could see another pulse bomb from Tracer.
And there's that Tracer getting more value.
Yeah, there's the first Coalescence, which Lemonade does not want to tangle with. Oh, we see another stun happening against Average Pillow, and
Average Pillow goes down, Brig goes down.
Grouping up in this alley, Lemonade clinging to life and gets caught out by the Tracer running back to the team.
I mean, we've changed quite a bit before. I feel like we've got to change something now. Average Pillow going over, huge swapping over to that Vendetta. Lemonade staying with that Pharah.
We'll see if this time Pharah will not land directly into the path of an attack here. Diane is just about to get that Kitsune Rush, and we do have the Rocket Barrage ready, which this payload has been pushed back almost the whole way, though, so we really need to lock in and start getting some progress.
So we have Kitsune's going back and forth. Deadeye is being popped. Pharah ult. Barrage is near. So far, no deaths. Everybody's staying alive.
Here comes the rally.
Swagger pops Ragger. Swagger pops Barrage.
Swagger pop.
There we go.
Swagger popping the rally, which is then used.
Thank you. As cover for Barrage.
Lemonade using the Barrage against the Sigma to stop that ult. Huge getting that final kill. We are breaking through here. Targeted, yeah, but getting just tickled a bit by that Tracer. We are swapping over.
There we see Lemonade. Lemonade
immediately getting the peek and killing the Moira with that headshot there, the Cassidy.
I think this is the absolute correct composition here. Cassidy is just seeing so much value time and time again. Huge does go down. We only have 6 seconds left. We cannot wait for a retest here. We have to stay and hope that Huge can come back fast.
Rock and is just holding strong here, trying to dance around this payload. Just beam through the shield. Doesn't eat the second rock. But we have another Coalescence coming, and Diane and Swagger and now Average Pillow are all down. That seems, I feel this is going to be it. Just, oh, huge.
That is unfortunately all she wrote on defense.
Getting a bit of a contest there, but just shy of the first checkpoint. Oh, man. Intense. These are very close to the beginning on these payload maps.
Yes.
Which is very stressful.
And
all it takes is one push.
Yeah, we've seen ISU be able to hold this corner for an extremely long time, and they've just got to do it one more time. It all comes down to this.
This is the moment.
If UC Davis is able to push a little more than halfway through that first point, almost to that second checkpoint, they will take the Big Sky qualifiers. If ISU is able to hold for 4 minutes, then the fight is ours. I think that a lot of this can kind of come down to, can we deal with that Tracer? Can Lemonade on Cassidy stay with that Tracer?
We might not have to find out. Running initial pick for that Tracer isn't Tracer, it's the Vendetta. We'll see if that's going to stick in these 30 seconds or not. If it does stick, though, might be a pretty good sign. We've seen Huge is able to out-Vendetta their opponents who try and match that very consistently.
Yep. And so we have very, very similar team comps across the board as far as tanks and DPS go.
Identical tank and DPS.
Yes, and then very, very different support lineups here.
Yeah, we've got the Moira and the Kiri for UC Davis, and we are running a BAP and a Brigitte. I really wanted to say Kiriko. Oh,
it looks like Huge already on that flank, just getting a little bit of information and knowing that this Moira is going to kind of pop through here to take a peek. And Average Pillow staying up.
Also for trying to take another peek here. Oh, man.
And ISU is going to have to abandon this high ground in order to contest this point.
We do see the same thing happening last time where it did make an early lead about halfway. First kill, that enemy Vendetta is going down. Huge is not too high, but is staying alive. Diane clinging to life. Huge rushing to try and hit that Moira, which is so low.
It is unbelievably close, and at this point, it is back to a 5v5. ISU is hanging on, but it is every single inch is tooth and nail. Cassidy looking to.
Yeah,
there's that
Vendetta. So close. Yes!
Vendetta goes down. We see that Immortality Field used. Diane also goes down. At this point,
Huge is clawing through this. Oh, doesn't get the kill on.
Average Pillow does get the Cassidy. It is 3v3. It is very close. Diane swaps over to that Juno to get back to that point a little bit faster.
Average Pillow and Swagger were so low there, but they are clinging to life. Yoinks does take out Lemonade, and then Swagger does go down, which is not what you want to see.
Average Pillow is still alive. That Juno is going to get there in time to be able to heal them back to full. And there's that Coalescence.
Again.
That is the dangerous Coalescence.
Oh, Average Pillow getting caught, having to split attention here.
Average Pillow without any sort of barriers. Huge does get one, but then goes down. We've got this Cassidy, Deadeye, and it unfortunately doesn't look like it's going to be able to grab. It does get the Moira,
though, which is worth it, but it does trade for support for support there.
And at this point, there is nobody left on point.
Oh,
absolute heartbreak.
So close.
But an incredible showing for ISU.
Indeed.
Obviously, you don't like the outcome. You don't like the fact that we ended up losing. But, I mean, Suravasa was ours. Suravasa was won.
We should not have had to play this map.
Just an inch away.
Were on that stupid point.
And the fact that we went from a team that went 0-3 versus UC Davis and then took them to map 5, debatably should have won map 4.
Oh, yeah.
And just the amount of grit, the amount of strength and showing that this ISU squad has was simply phenomenal.
Incredible. That is a game, that is a match to remember and be proud of for them. That is not the same team as that fought them. They've improved so much just over the course of the day.
Yep.
Absolutely wild.
Without a doubt. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. This has been a very, very long day. Thank you to all of the organizers for the Big Sky qualifiers. ISU's normal broadcast will continue again this week. Monday, Overwatch is off. They get a break. They get a bye this week. Rocket League will be back on Tuesday, then Valorant on Wednesday. Smash I think, is a little bit weird on their scheduling this week. I can't remember exactly what it is.
They're normally a bit weird, though.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. An absolutely incredible showing for all of our teams here. Thank you for joining us, and I think that will do it for us.
Yeah, I believe it will. Thank you all so much again for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your night.
I'm going to go get some sleep.
Oh, yeah. The adrenaline crash is about to hit, and it's going to hit hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of your night.
See ya.
There we go. There we go. There we go.